Spree. The grid. Duty. And fight.
Still tired as fuck. Good luck, have fun, Armija.
This is your 70th match against Rainbow Mika.
Round one. Fight! Round two. Fight!
GG.
You lose. Round one. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Final round. Fight!
GG, bad play by me, all the way. All just opened myself up for every fucking thing. Dumb. Oh. A good game in the way of showing me how to not play. Alright, might as well make a tutorial while I'm warming my hands up. Alright, so it's morning time, and in this tutorial I'm going to be explaining what meaties are and pretty much every single one of Jury's meaties and how you can use them, right? So everything that I do in these tutorials is going to be like pretty in depth, because I'm going to be analyzing each way that I can play her and learning every single option in that environment, not just the optimal option but all of the unoptimal ones as well, because they will be useful in the future for really complex mix-ups. And I feel that complex mix-ups are the heart of this game, personally, because I don't buy into the whole like hard reads bullshit. Like that's not how it works. It works as you're becoming too predictable. That's how it really works. Like, yeah, some people are good at picking up patterns, like more so than others. That doesn't mean that they're psychic. So your best defense in that aspect is to have such an advanced array of different combinations of useless and useful utilities, so that they just don't know what's coming, because you've just got that much complexity and variation in all of your play. So with that in mind, we are going to tackle meaties today. So we're going to go through first what a meaty is and how to set up for practicing with meaties. Now, all a meaty is you hitting the opponent while they wake up, right? So that's all it is. If I knock Bison down, I've got him set to do his 3-frame kick on wake up, right? See that? So if I go for an attack and hit him first, it means that my active frames have initiated just before his active frames have, or in his 3-frame startup area, that's where my frames have initiated. And that's why you can actually get heavies and stuff like that in over a light punch, because you've started the move just as they've gotten up. So your like initial startup frames have already like happened just as their like hit frames enter the thing. So you will win, because it's a frames game. Whoever's frame is in the front wins, generally speaking. There are exceptions to the rule, but we won't go into that today. So, what with the meaty, right? Now that we know that that's what a meaty is, okay? See, I'm missing the timing. So there is a timing to it, right? At the moment, this is a medium meaty that I'm trying out. Now, you can meaty with all buttons. So if you meaty with a light, that's the safest meaty, because if they're going in for something, let's say a block, and they just block it, then you've still got a lot of recovery yourself. Whereas if you're meatying with a heavy, you know, and they block it, or you miss the timing, you will get punished severely. So you can meaty with all of your moves, essentially. So that's, if you think about mathematics, that's like the first quantity that we're going to have to be times in. Now, the second part of meaties is the amounts of ways that you can knock your opponent down. Because you see there, when you charge, the timing between them getting up is going to be different from, let's say, if you do a low sweep crush counter. The timing is different. So you have to fill that time in between with what's called frame kills. Okay? So a lot of people will go dash dash and then meaty. Dash 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 meaty. Right? So I frame killed all of that time with dashes. And you can start to see where the complexity comes in, because you can frame kill with practically every sort of sequence and move possible, and really all of the differentiations between all of those like differences in a battle matter, because if you're spitting out different meaty entries all the time, you won't be readable. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So that's the meaty sequence that I'm actually practicing right now with the V trigger or V skill frame kill. So what I'm doing is, after this sequence, because there's lots of sequences, after the heavy Fuha, that's the distance that you're left between each character, right? And this is only set to him getting up as a quick rise. Now, there's also, just from this one sequence, he can also do the rollback flip get up, and he can also get up slowly. So you've got to practice the meaty like sequence timing for each one of those results out of just this one pattern. And then there's also a different timing out of the EX, right? So you'll have to do all of that practice with all of the moves. So, you know, come in with a light, come in with a medium. Now, from the EX, I don't believe that you can get the heavy. Look out, you actually can get the heavy meaty. See, like, and you need to be able to do all of those properly, like, you know, correctly on the fly. And that includes kicks as well, and crouch, and everything, right? Like, this is a sort of complexity that people just seem to glean past. But if you have all of these fundamentals down, you will be a very, very scary player. So that's what I'm doing. Feel free to come with me on this journey if you would like. So, now that we've hopefully explained and I've shown you what like sort of complexities there are, I'll show you how to set up for the training, and then we'll run through it all again, just like a bit slower maybe, because, you know, just to get your brain used to the whole like setup, because this is the level of play above bronze. It's like, you know, the meaties game. You might, if you're in bronze, you might face Akumas that just come in and they're just like on you 24/7, and you're like, man, I can't get a hit in, I don't know when to not block and stuff. See, that it's because they're smashing you with meaties, right? And they're just coming in hard with the med, and because they're +3 on block, like, they can do it all day, right? Like, if you practice your meaties, you can get some serious pressure going, and you can just like collect them across the entire screen. And it's important to note as well that this is why you don't press buttons when you wake up. Like, it's been a hard lesson for me to learn. You don't press buttons when you wake up. You always just wake up with block. And then if they start throwing you, you punish them with a EXDP or whatever, alright? Or then you wake up with buttons. So you always begin that little paper, scissors, rock game with block. Rock, block. Paper, scissors, block. Paper, scissors, block. Okay? Okay. Now, in this section here, so you start over here, you want to go to record wake up actions. I'll just do slot 2. And you want it to say reversal. Here, I'll just turn key entry on so you can see how bad I am. Where are we? Record wake up actions. Didn't get it because I suck. Again. Might as well show you how to fail, huh? There we go. Has to say reversal as well. Thanks to Paddy for telling me that. This is all thanks to Paddy. So Paddy taught me this, and now I'll teach you. So, you know, big shout out to you, Paddy, or AKA Lewis. Like, you know, credit where credit is due, good sirs. And then, I suppose, after that, you go set wake up actions and turn recording slot that whatever you recorded on, okay? And then that square will come up in the top there, and it'll signal like when it actually plays the wake up action. Okay, so now we'll run through the 3 ways that you can get in on a meaty with jury. You can walk, right? Like just walk. You can dash, and you can V cancel. Okay. Now, with the V cancel entry as well, it's different timing for when you've got it charged. So there's 4 different timings that you've got to practice that you can also add frame kills into. Right? Use your light punches and stuff and light kicks as frame kills as well. Right. Come on, rookie. There we go. So yeah, I mean, you can come up with some serious complexities and just keep the chain going. Like, I think yesterday I was practicing medium into medium kick, and then that, and just keeping that flowing. I'm a bit rusty this morning. Having trigger set to infinite is good if you just want to practice like Fu-Ha loops, like if you're not a spanner like me. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. Still a bit tired. What is it? 6:30 AM. Anyway. Happy frame killing. Happy sucking like me if you suck. And happy being sick if you're awesome. But yeah. There we go. So just practice your loops, make up loops as you go. Try new things, like this loop is also good, where you go heavy and then low medium. Alright. If you're not a spastic like me, you'll probably get better results quicker. There we go. Yeah, see, practice makes perfect. Just keep at it, sons and daughters. Sash X, peace out.